Top of the morning to you. Good morning, folks. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm here in open range because it's kind of rainy outside. It's kind of misty raining, but everything's wet. So I don't know what we're going to have. Good morning, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer's first. There comes Chris. Rebecca, good morning. Good to see you, you guys. Lisa, good morning. Alma, is it Alma? Jacob, good morning, Jacob. Diane, Kim, Christine, Heidi. Okay, you're going too fast for me now. So I'll just say good morning to each and every one of you. Okay? When it starts off, it's just like one and then after another. But then they start going quick. So anyway, good morning, folks. Now, start off here. First thing I want to tell you is if you're new, you're welcome. We want you to be here. Just join in, okay? Just join in. Just throw out whatever you want to say. These are good folks. You'll never meet better people than this right here. You want to chat, just go ahead. They'll chat. I don't always see what you're saying because they're coming by real fast, but usually they'll keep reminding me. Some want to start reminding me, and eventually I'll catch it, okay? Get out of here. I'm going to talk to you there. An ad want to pop up on my screen. That wasn't y'all I was talking to. Good morning, all you guys. I had to call and wake Ronnie up. Ronnie is on some medication that makes him high. Not high, but, sleepy. Makes him sleepy. And his wife probably loves it. Don't ever stop taking that, Ronnie. Don't ever stop. Take more if you need to. I came out here and didn't have my glasses on me, guys. And I was in a panic. I said, oh, Lord, I don't know if I didn't lock the house, but so I rushed back, and I may have been a minute late getting back out here, but I had to go get my glasses. Good morning, Reba. Reba, I got everything passed out. When does Lex return? They have taken their time coming back. I don't know. They're on their way. He may be back today. They're on the road. Say it that way. That's all I know. They not been in no hurry coming back home, evidently. And his mom's driving, so who knows? Good morning, Vera. Reba, Peggy. I'm trying to catch some names. Slow down. Deborah Barnes. Deborah Barnes needs prayer, guys. She's not doing real well. Kim and Anna Maria Piazza. Howdy there. Anyway, and I say that name so well, and I take some people's names and just ruin them. I ruin them. You say, oh my Lord. I think the first time, and I don't know why I do that with names, Ronnie says I'm just stupid. Well, stupid does. Stupid is, stupid does. We all heard that before, right? And that's kind of like the kettle calling a pot black, too, Ronnie. Anyway, I remember one time a lady, and she's on here, her name's Marcia, and she sent me something, and I'm trying to say that, I'm saying Marcia. My Lord. And then it finally clicked. It's Marcia, dummy. Okay, I got it. Anyway, yeah, prayers for anyone that's sick on here, guys. That's another thing. If you got a prayer request, or something you put out, tell these folks. You got to tell them exactly what's wrong. They'll pray for you. There's prayer warriors on here. I've seen them just just pray for all kinds of different things. They prayed for my boy Ivan, and Ivan's a donkey. I didn't mean to say it. Ivan's one of my boys, and he looks like a donkey. Yeah. Well, all three of them do. All three of them do. Anyway, it's been rainy off and on, guys, and these guys haven't got a lot done last 2 or 3 days. So that's why G and I have had some breaks. We took some breaks and some kicking back time and doing some things we wanted to get done. I made a video which I think it'll come out next week. Just put it out there. My rooster problems, and some rooster problems here with our roosters, and I ain't got that worked out yet. And then Lester called and said, "Look," he says, "y'all gonna put air conditioners in those little windows?" And I said, "Yeah, in the 2 little rooms." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, there's 2 brand new down there into Barn Dominium. Go down there and get them." So me and Ben went down, got with LE yesterday, and we got them, and I'm gonna clean them all up. They're brand new. The remotes still in there beside them. Just there they are, you know. And the remotes still in the package. Never been put a battery in them or nothing. So we got to load all that up, and I'm gonna get them up today and clean them out real good, because they got a lot of dust in them from sitting. You know, that stuff happens. You know. Anyway, Lester already told y'all something. Okay, I don't know what he told you. He probably told you if it's about me, it probably wasn't true. Wasn't true. Anyway, so we got them up here, and we're gonna fix them up. Okay, air conditioner. Okay, yeah, that was the truth. I gotta watch what they say about me. All of them. Every one of them on this hill up here want to say things about me, and you know it ain't so. You know it ain't so. I got my boys here with me. I was turning the air conditioner on, and because it gets a little warm in here, just sitting in here. But I got the window open, but the air conditioner a little bit, it blows, even on low. And I didn't think you could be able to hear me talk, so I turned it back off. So if I start sweating, you'll say, "Well, he's a hot guy. That man's hot." All right, here we go. Day is Friday. I'm hoping all you guys have a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. Okay. You already told me about the AC. All right. Thank you there. If anybody's got a birthday. Now, Michelle says, you women, you guys, y'all always got advice for us guys. Always. Telling us things where we can do something to make it better. And I'm one of them that listens. Michelle Krause says, you need to get a tablet out there, and when somebody says their birthday, you jot their names down, and then when you get Amy has a birthday tomorrow. Amy, write her name down. Hang on, I can't look at y'all right. All right, Amy. Michelle, see what it is? See what it is? I wrote it down. I wrote it down on my paper. Yeah. So you need to have a tablet or something out there, and when they say their name, write down their name, and then when you get ready to sing, you got all their names listed. That was smart. It was smart. And I followed her advice. Giving advice is the mother in you. That's what Sandy said. Well, I guess it is. Mothers give a lot of advice. And as a kid at one time, we don't always take it. We don't always take it. Or we know a better way. Yeah. And we don't have that experience to know a better way yet. You only get that experience in age. You guys know that. As you get older, and you've experienced everything there is to experience out there almost, you learn what was good and what was bad. what works, what don't work, what button to push, what button don't touch. You learn these things. Well, most of us. Ronnie, he's still in the caveman era, but anyway, he's okay. This is my dad's birthday. I didn't see the name. Was that Pat? And what was your dad's name? I didn't see that. Okay, bring it back to me. Uh, all right. Yeah, hit the like button to share. There's Sue, Anna Maria, uh, Samantha, and Peggy. Anyway, someone's dad had a birthday and I didn't see it or who it was from. Uh, Someone said they're late. Don't worry about being late. It's better late than never. Okay. Uh, so if someone else, happens to see a name or a birthday or something like that, you let me know. Cause I sometimes don't catch them as they go by. Okay. Sometimes they go quick, and I try to watch. Uh, Jamie's birthday is on Sunday. Okay. Well, we'll just do it. We'll do it. I hope. Lester's not around when I sang this morning around there, or because she may bite him. That could happen. Or bite herself. You can't ever tell. It's best when someone's got a birthday and you're singing to them, everybody else just get back. Just get back, way back. Get way back. Pat, was his name Pat? I'm gonna say you said Pat. I hope I'm right. I hope you're right. I hope I understood what you're saying. Good morning, Molly. Anyway, we have folks, guys, that come on here from basically all over the world. And I got I don't know what you call it, inquiry or something from this outfit a few days ago, wanting to know where all my people were, like where you live. And I said, well, all over the United States and England, Scotland. I started naming off all these countries I could remember, seeing them come by. And they thought that was amazing. And I think it is too. I don't know what they want to know that for. They said, we're going to avoid them people. Yeah, good morning to all you guys. Trying to think what we may have planned that's going to be exciting for this weekend. I don't have really nothing planned. We've been kind of go, getting all this stuff ready for all this stuff out here, and now it just seems like if we can get a few days off, we're just going to take them, just take them. Annville, Pennsylvania, good morning. Just going to just take off a few days and just kind of do stuff around here with our animals and we're keeping our yards up and stuff like that. I had such a time yesterday with Ben. Ben, going to weed eat, and G, and I can let Ben use my little steel weed eater, and it's a go getter, but I usually don't like people to use my weed eater or my chainsaw or stuff like that. I just don't want them to be abused, Yeah, but G had bought this little battery operated weed eater for herself. I said, "Why don't you use G's weed eater, Ben?" Well, okay. So he said he brings it. He said, "Don't have no string." I said, "I'll fix you up on the string." So I went and got string, wound it all on there. He got started, and he come back about 3 or 4 minutes later. Said, "All the string come out." And I said, "Okay." So I did it again, and it wasn't long. He come back and said, "It just keeps eating the string up." I think. So anyway, he didn't finish that job, and it started raining about the time, so just don't worry about it now. It's raining, so I'll look at it tomorrow. So I think what he's doing, I think on those battery operators, you push a button, you pull the string out. I think he's pulled it out so far, he hits that little blade and it keeps cutting it. He just keeps pulling. He's chopping it off, you know. It's not supposed to be pulled out like so. I think that's what he's doing. I may be wrong. I'm going to look at it today. Good morning, Dot. Good morning, Jackie. Sharon, Atari, good morning. Will's back in town. I guess all you guys know Will's back. Back. What do you say? Let me see. You don't see nothing. Or Jake's dogs. Back from Tennessee. And had a good trip, I think. Tell you about my roosters. I kind of mentioned it about the roosters, the situation we have. I got 3 roosters. I don't need 3, but I like roosters. I like to hear them crow. Some people don't like it. They say, oh, I don't hear it stuff, but I do. Actually, I have 4. One has been living with Dan. And it causes Dan's chickens not to want to go in their house because it wants to roost on the fence, because over here, there's the other 3 I had would beat it up. It would never go back in there with them. It'd stay out there on the fence. And so anyway, Dan wanted me to come get it and take it back. So I went and got it. And I put it in there, and sure enough, they jump on him right off. So okay, you ain't going to have that. So I take him. I take the 2 worst ones about fighting, and I put them in a crate, and I leave him in there with the chicken so he get used to them. I'm going to pin them up for a few days. They all get used to each other. The other young rooster that was in there, who never fought before, I guess saw his opportunity to be the big guy, so he jumps on him. So I take him out. So I said, what am I going to do? So I turned the bad ones loose again and put him in a crate. So I got to deal with something with him. And I could take him and give him someone, Ralph, and them take him and get him good home. But the thing is, if I give him to someone that's got another rooster that might be dominant, then this guy's already been beat up so many times, he's kind of timid, you know. It ain't going to work wherever he goes, so I don't know really what to do with him. I may just put him in a big cage myself and put him a hen in there and just let him live that kind of life with that one wife fussing at him. We'll see. Nobody else around here wants him. And he's a beautiful rooster. Good morning, adventures of, oh yeah, and Joey. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good seeing you guys. Jeff, Michelle Brown, good morning. Jessica, I love roosters too, Jessica, I sure do. I don't really care for it at 3:30 in the morning like he was doing when he was roosting beside my window. He'd start at 3:30 in the morning. But then as soon as Dan's hens came out, he'd go out and meet them, and they'd hang out all day. At night, he'd come back and get on that fence. But eventually he moved in with them. I guess he felt safe. Yeah, Jersey Jeff. Yeah, all this Maryland and Virginia, all these names coming across here. Dan's got a couple of young roosters. One of the reasons he don't want him because he got a couple of young ones he wants to keep. And it's kind of funny. Well, it wasn't too funny, I guess, either. I don't know if Dan has said anything about it, so I don't guess he'll mind. But he's making a video out there in his farm, you know, and farm life, and we all know what little animals do. And people say, oh, that little goat, he's trying to ride it up, he's trying to breed it. Well, they don't. It's just an instinct thing, you know, they do, and they're little, they're babies. Or little pigs do that. Little dogs do that kind of stuff. Well, little roosters want to jump up and fight. You know, little roosters. We're talking about little guys, you know. and some of these platforms, they call them platforms, YouTube or whatever, Facebook, all these other, they don't like to show that kind of stuff. Oh, we can't show that. You know, them little roosters fighting. Cockfighters. Anyway. So when you're videoing, I try not to video anything going on in the lot with, in the cow lot or pasture with animals. You know, you never know. It may offend someone. Who knows? I don't know if it does not. It's just this farm life. It's what we're used to. We see it every day. The only one around here that has something to say about something in the barnyard is Coda Bear. Cow poop, cow poop. Took her for a ride yesterday. There's cow poop, PawPaw, cow poop. I know, baby, it's okay. I was hoping this guy's going to show up today, guys. I think they could finish this job in probably a couple of 2 or 3 days. But this rain is kind of keeping them just kind of, by the time they get ready to go, it starts raining. Then it stops, and it rains, and it stops. And then it gets humid and very hot. But I think as soon as it clears, we'll get it done. Coda Bear's been staying with us last 2 nights. She had a little ear infection. And then it kind of got bronchitis, I guess you call it, whatever. And they took her to the doctor and got medicine for it. And doctor gave her this little breathing thing. You put this stuff in it, and she, ever so often. And she said, I want to go see G. And Dustin tell her, well, you need to stay here and take it. She said, I'll take it with me. I take my medicine with me. And so anyway, he brought her over. Supposed to pick her up today. But she's had the best time with G. And yesterday she went with Kim and G. And so she'll be messed up for years probably from that trip. But she went, and they had a good time. The funny thing was, Kim was saying, Levi knew Kim and G was going somewhere, and so he had a reason for her to go ahead and go. You know, it's a motive. He kept saying, when you leaving, Mom? Mom, ain't you leaving ready? Ain't you ready to go, Mom? Go get G. Following her around. Ain't you ready to go? She said, I know he wanted to do something in that house. He wanted to do something. He wanted to make something, to eat something, or do something that I wouldn't approve of. And but sure enough, she finally got ready to go, and he ushered her out the door. So who knows what she came home to? Who knows? But she calls and checks on him. She can call and see where he's at in every room, what he's doing. And she calls one day, and he tells her, she said, what are you doing? Because he's standing there in the middle of the room. He's standing there looking at the camera. I'm cleaning house. You know that wasn't so. He got something to drink in both hands. Why are you cleaning out? Because Jesus is coming. Yeah, he is coming one day, baby. We don't know if it's today, but that's good. You got the house clean. He ain't cleaned nothing. We have a lot of fun with Levi. Levi's a lot of, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Levi is just a fun person. Grandchildren, Michelle, I know, Michelle Brown, I know. You know, we raise our kids, and we probably learn a lot with our kids. And we probably don't really know how to raise kids. You know, we start out young, you know, we're almost a kid sometimes ourselves, you know. And we don't have all the answers, and we make a lot of mistakes along the way, you know. Mine was probably losing my temper, you know. They do something what I consider stupid, and I'd probably done the same thing myself, you know, if I just stopped and thought about it, or maybe worse. And but then we grow up a little bit with them. So when the grandkids come along, no, so y'all not gonna hurt nobody. I don't know how he knows. Yes, it is. Look here, that little dog's. I don't y'all see. Jake's dogs are out there. How Buster knew it, I don't know. Get out of here! Go away. Go home. They come over every morning, just trail around. I hope they don't do that when I'm asleep over here. Buster be up all night barking. Stop, Buster. They're leaving. They're leaving. Anyway, we learn stuff as we get older, and then our grandkids come along. I think we do a better job with our grandkids, and then great grandkids come along, and I think maybe we do better with them, or maybe we get worse. I don't know. To hear it, Dustin said, "Y'all can't give them so much sweets. I don't give them so much sweets. Don't let them have that tablet." Okay. He says, "I don't want her playing on a tablet because sometimes, and I know this is fact, if you don't watch them, that what they're watching is innocent or whatever. It clicks off whatever, and they start playing. They don't know, and all of a sudden you don't never know what comes up on them screen on them things, and they see all kinds of stuff that they don't need to see. And so he said, I don't want them playing on tablets. They watch TV. Put on their TV." So one night she's there in Little Cold Bear. She comes and says, "Can I play on the tablet?" And she says, "No, your dad said you can't play on the tablet." But she says, "Well, he won't know." Already, what, 3 or 4 years old? Figuring out how to outsmart daddy. Already. Them little girls. It's girls. I'll tell you, it's girls. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ronnie needs a hat like this. He's true. Ronnie loves his hat. But it's not gonna make Ronnie look dapper. Well, it might. Yeah, anything could help. Anything would help. Hi, Diane. Yeah, Daddy won't know. Daddy won't know. Yeah, Daddy won't know. Okay. G and Kim. Stop, boys. Y'all not going out there. Y'all get beat up. You're not going out. Kim and G found a vanity, real nice, brand new from Home Depot. Still basically in the wrap stuff, and the sink and all. Guy bought it and took it home, and it wouldn't fit in his bathroom. I'm surprised he didn't take it back. Maybe they wouldn't take it back. I don't know what the circumstances were. But anyway, he dropped the price to half price what it was in the store. And they jumped on it. And it's really nice. They got home with it yesterday, and that's Kim and I, with her with a hurt back, me with bad knees, we unloaded it. No, sir. Stop. Y'all not going out. You get jumped on and beat up and hurt. Okay? You stay here with me. Thank you there, Hatari. I think it's going to be really nice too. We come out here every day when they leave, and we just sit. And not so much just looking at it. We go in and start kind of figuring this is going to go here and this is going to go there, and it's walking around where things are going to be. And Tina and G come over and they measured things all out. And Tina had a little program she put all in her computer, and it showed where stuff could go, and really neat. And then Bree and Kim come over, and they got their ideals. We're all sitting here with a bunch of women's ideals, and I'm just sitting here kind of like a knot on a log, and they ain't gonna listen to what I say. And but it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. I love that house over there. Don't get me wrong. I love that log home. But we're at the age. I hope and pray it never floods again. I do. I don't worry about the home itself. with a flood. The log walls have taken floods, and you just come in with that power washer and wash them down, but it's work. It's a lot of work. And your furniture, you know. If your furniture's not put up high, it's going to get ruined. And we're just not able to pack stuff around, pull stuff up, put stuff up high in a rush, you know, and especially when you got animals outside you got to deal with. You got uh, tractors and cars and trucks and everything else has got to be removed from the flood area. But then you got that house, you got to deal with too. And gee, younger, I wouldn't think twice about it. I truly wouldn't. No, because it's not a problem, when you're when you're younger. And that's what it does. It does. I ain't gonna have a problem with it. So I'll pick stuff up and move stuff up. Now I've got sawhorses, now to stack stuff up high. But gee, it stressed her a lot more than me. Yeah, it's bad. No one lost a life, we lost some animals, but not nothing like them poor folks up there in the hill country have been facing, or over in North Carolina and places like that. Not nothing like that, or even out there in New Mexico. We had nothing like that. But yeah, it's a lot of work to come back in and clean up and move stuff around, put stuff back down, Mostly it's just the labor part, Dusty's young, and he said he don't mind a bit. But I hope it never happens. But I don't think G could go through too many more floods. I don't think she could. We should be safe over here. It should never be a problem. It's higher up than what Harvey was. The floor is. So, and Harvey should never be another Harvey, I hope and pray. Like Cuz said, if it gets in this house over here, he said, there ain't going to be nothing left in Plum Grove. And I think he's right. So, anyway, that'll be something off her mind. All right, Linda. All right, Linda. I'm writing it down. Linda's got a birthday. Okay. Linda, your name is on the list. Courtesy of Michelle. She says, you got to write them down. You guys, I saw some of you guys on here. Don't y'all hate it when these women are right? I'd rather just take a whipping. I'd rather take a whipping. For them to be right. Can't stand it because, listen, and you ladies know it. You know it's true. You'll never forget it. You'll never forget when you were right. You may forget when you was wrong, but you'll never forget when you were right. I still hear things. We've been married 50-something years. I still hear things about our way back there when I first met her that I did wrong. I've slept a bunch since then. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Steve. Ronnie cannot handle bona fide goats. I take Ronnie 2 goats, bona fide, beautiful boar goats, beautiful goats, trained, hand trained. I take them to him, and they saw right off, we can play with this old man. We can play him, and they do. They get up on top of the hay stack, jump over the fence, and then when he tries to pin them back up, they just, rear it up, button heads. All the time he's begging them, come back in. They're bona fide, and they are beautiful goats, and they're having fun with Ronnie. They're having fun. But Ronnie needs to go out there, sit down with them, and just have a long heart-to-heart talk. I do it every day. I go out and sit with my goats. I'll sit with Ivan. Oh yeah, Ivan's back in. Morty back in. Him and Miracle both. Morty back in. They've been out 2 or 3 days. They've had enough. I guess because I got on to him about the hog, not making that hog leave. Just let me back in. Just let me back in. Okay. That was not a beer joint. They served beer, but it wasn't a beer joint. Uh, anyway, but yeah, if Ronnie would just go out and sit with them and talk to them about their attitudes and stuff, and let them know he's old, he can't keep up with that kind of stuff. Uh, get on their good side. Get on their good side, Ronnie. Uh, Thank you, Steve, for pointing that out. Uh, Steve's corn crop's coming in. You're gonna pick it yesterday, I think he said it, but it was raining there also, so it'll be today or tomorrow. Uh, I love corn on the cob. I love it. Uh, so many ways you can take that corn out. Steve was telling me about Susan. His wife scrapes the corn off the cob, from fresh corn, and then drains that milk juice off of it. And I don't know what all she does to it. She fries it in bacon grease. Fries it. It's just delicious. And they may do something else to it. I don't know. But corn on the cob has always been a favorite of mine. Salt and pepper and a bunch of butter on it. Whew, yeah. When I was driving the bus, and I had this lady, she was Hispanic, and she was my aide, and she spoke Spanish, and English, I don't speak Spanish, so it was helpful to me, with Hispanic parents and stuff, and about their children and stuff. But there's this little roadside stand. They had this, I can't remember the name of it now, but anyway, they had these different things they served, and one of them was like corn on the cob, but it wasn't what it said. I can't remember what it's called now. Cleote or something like that. Just something. And she's telling me what those different names are, and she's told me what that was. I said, I bet that's good. She said, oh yes, it's delicious. So one morning she brings me one. Elote, yeah, there you go. See what I'm saying? Yeah, elote, yeah. If that's how you say it, it's how I said it. But yeah, it was good. It was corn on the cob. Had a bunch of spices on it, but it was delicious. Tomato gravy, yes, there is such a thing. I've never made it. Cheese, I don't think's never made it either. But now, my dad and my mom would make it sometimes, and my grandparents would make it. I don't really know exactly how you do it. To be honest with you, I'd have to get somebody to tell me how they did it. Yeah, elote is delicious. It's really good. And talking about corn, a lot of folks just grow what they call sweet corn, and it's mainly, I guess, developed for the table. My dad, we always use regular field corn, and you pick it at a certain time. It's still good and tender. To us, it was just as good as anything else would be, and the ears would be bigger. And but you just got to pick it at a certain time, so it's still tender. If it goes past that point, then about all it's going to be good for is animal feed, And that's what we growed it for anyway. Mexican street corn, is that the same thing as elote? I'm not for sure. Don't get me wrong, sweet corn's good. It's just not what we ever grew. We used to grow the field corn. Will has hundreds of acres of corn he grows for feed, and possibly some of the market too. I don't know. He may sell some of it, but we have between 20 and 30 acre cornfield growing up. But we did it all by hand, and that's one of the hardest jobs. It's harder than baling hay. But But it's how we did it. It's, you know, when you growed up like we did, we had an old tractor that pulled an old trailer. It was a long, narrow trailer with sides on it. And one person drove the tractor, and one person on each side of the wagon, and one behind it. Now, so four of us, you know, my dad, my mom, and my brother and I. And sometimes my sister would alternate into that, you know. It was a family affair. And you going down, the tractor, you know, and the trailer's pushing 2 rows over. It's pushing them over to go. So the person behind is bent over the whole time, picking that corn off that stalks and throwing it over the trailer, but he's bent over. And the ones on each side is trying to do 2 rows at a time. So, you know, you're taking like 6 rows every time you go down there. And usually by the end of the road, they were long rows. You get to the end, you almost had a trailer load. Then you drove to the barn and pitched it all into the corn cribs. It had several big corn cribs. And it would feed out of there during the winter. But would alternate. First on the tractor would rotate to a side and it just kind of rotate on around. Eventually, you know, so eventually everybody had that down, what they call the down rows. You know, everybody suffered through the down rows too. But everybody got to drive a tractor also. So there's a little bit of a break in it. So just keep rotating. It was a lot of hard work, and you didn't get it all done in one day. You know, you do as much as you could. And then the next day you start over, and them old corn stalks are itchy and scratchy, and they're no old blades. Them old leaves almost cut you if you're not careful. There's Brenda talking about tomato gravy again. Is somebody got to tell us how to make it? I'm not sure. Buster, please, baby boy, stop. They're as long as you just keep barking at them, they'll stand out there and look at you, Buster. They're aggravating you, son. It's aggravating. I'm trying to read some of these comments real quick. All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and do our song. And I have to warn you again, and I hope Lester's not with Jamie, because he could be at risk. Could be at risk. Just don't tell what could happen. So, I got 4 names. I got Amy, Jamie, Pat, and Linda. Put Layla. Got my pen. You know, Michelle Krause, I say her last name, for there's several Michelles. Pretty smart lady. Pretty smart. And she knew. Stop it, please. She knew. Giving me this advice, I'd probably do it. You know, we try to do what the ladies say do, you know? Okay, here we go. Are y'all ready? Here we go. Buster Eugene and Woody Eugene. Y'all got to stop. It don't do any good to talk to them. It don't do any good. Woody, you be sweet, okay? Woody, dog, you come here. You want to sing with PawPaw? We're going to sing. All right, guys. Here, y'all hang on. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Abby, Jamie, Pat, Linda, Layla. Happy birthday to you. Now, if any of you bit yourself or tore the furniture, tore the arm off the chair, it's not my fault. I warned you. All right. Now, I got all those names in there, didn't I? So, I'm going to mark through them so I don't do the same ones again next time. Now, If it wasn't your birthday and it's tomorrow, it's okay. Or over the weekend, it's okay. I won't be back on here live until Monday, good Lord's willing. And then it might be somebody else. So, happy birthday to you guys, seriously. I try not to count birthdays no more. I only really, well, you know, you don't want to get old, but we all get old, okay? We all do. Even you young guys, young ladies out there, you're gonna get old. You're gonna be here one of these days. And the only birthday probably ever bothered me was when I turned 30. Yeah. And I think the reason was all my friends that I hung out with were still in their 20s. And all of a sudden, I'm the old guy. I'm 30. It didn't bother me for long, but it did for a day or two. All right, 30 got her too. All right, see, there's something about leaving them 20s and you're going into them 30s. And 40 and 50, all that didn't bother me a bit, you know. It's just those at 30. Yeah. 109 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona. My Lord, I don't want to go to Phoenix today, for sure. I've been through Phoenix a few times. Sure I have. Oh, that's been a long time ago. But I've been there. Oh, Bud and Steph and them on their way home. They're on their way home. I forget where they say they're at right now. I want to say Colorado, somewhere like that. But they got cut off by a fire, like a forest fire, and had to turn around. They had the traffic stop and turn them around and drive 67, I think it said 67 miles back the way they'd come to find a place they could park their motorhome that they're in for the night. And even then, that fire was spreading, and they told everybody to be vigilant, you know, in case they had to move again. So it must have been a pretty good sized fire, or maybe several, I don't know. Jackie turned 60. Oh, that's almost a teenager. Fire in Utah. You know, it's crazy, ain't it? You got fires one place, you got floods another. It is. It's just, you know, fires burn up half the country, then all of a sudden you got floods flooding the other half. So it just goes back and forth, it seems like. And sometimes, like right now, at the same time, you know. And that horrible what's happened over there in the hill country. Same thing up in North Carolina last year. And same thing over in New Mexico. You know, people lose their lives and they can't even find some of them, you know. And it's all bad, but that makes it even worse, you know, I think. You know, you can't find where they're at, you know. You don't want them to be out there forever, you know. You can't feel what them poor people are feeling, you know. Yeah, it could be Mother Nature trying to correct some issues. I don't know. You know, you say, well, maybe we brought it on ourselves. That could be true if you into the global warming and the climate changes and all that. You got some say it's a cycle. You know, how do they know? The last cycle was thousands of years ago. Who knows? But, you know, you hear all this stuff, so who knows, you know, really the truth about it, or is it just the end of time? You got people saying it talks about it being the end of times, you know, so you don't never know. You got all these different, it's what you believe, I guess it counts, what you think. I don't know if it's cloud seeding, I don't, it's hard, I know it's possible. I know it's happened before in different places. I can't see our government doing that to its own people. I mean, I can't see that. I don't see the point in that because uh, when all's said and done, you know, it's the government's all about money. They're gonna spend a lot more money trying to fix it back than what that, you know, for whatever purpose they would have done it for. So I don't buy into that. It could be. I just don't buy into it. I've had several tell me that. To me, it just don't. I just don't see it. Uh, there may be some cloud seeding at different times. You know, there may be uh, for different purposes. Uh, but these things we're looking at right now, I don't think happen to do anything with that at all. But also, tell you right now, and you probably know this, I ain't telling you nothing. You can't believe everything you read on this internet. It's like these miracle cures in your icebox. Yeah, it don't matter what you got. It don't matter what you got. People get on there and tell you, you watch this short video, in your icebox is two ingredients in your icebox going to heal you. Just watch this little video. And you'll watch 30, 40 minutes of them talking and talking. Hey, long-winded, I'll tell you what. And at the end, well, we made it easy for you. You can buy this little bottle of pills here, only $79. If you buy two, you get them for $69 or whatever, you know, each. And it just go, and it's just on everything you turn it. Every time you turn it on, something pops up. There's a cure for this. There's a cure for that. We got a cure for this. And I have yet to see someone out here, real people, say, yeah, it worked for me. I took such and such, I mixed such and such in an icebox, and it cured this or that. Yeah. I ain't met them yet. They may be out there. I hadn't met them. These folks you see on this internet, they're paid to say that. Yeah. This cup of coffee here, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, this cup of coffee here, it'll heal you. Whatever you got, just drink it. They wouldn't hire me, would they? They would not hire me for sure. Okay. It's all the same junk on the internet. You just can't hardly believe anything you want to, you know, you go to, I'm going to Google this, Google that, and I'm guessing some of this stuff is true. Not about what I said, but, you know, stuff, you Google stuff up, and I guess it's pretty true on most of that stuff. But there's so much stuff they put out there that I saw some the other day where people pointed out the discrepancies, you know, of the pictures they were showing. And I think, why would someone go out there, take their time of the day to post some stuff that wasn't true, trying to pass it off as the truth, when there's nothing to gain from it? Too much time on their hands. Hey, you come over here, I'll give them some chores. Give them some chores. They can go out there and brush Ivan. Talk to Ivan about it. Ivan is slicked down so pretty. Yeah, I worm Ivan about 3 to 4 times a year. But it ain't the worms that causes, you know, the rough hair. He gets the winter coat every year, but it's a thick old coat. It's thick. But anyway, I worm him anyway. But so he's always healthy. But, you know, people say, well, he's tall and slim. He is. He's tall and he's slim. But he's not unhealthy. He's slick as a tick, and just as ornery as they can get. You don't find a donkey more ornery than Ivan. And he just stuck in his own ways. You know, he's stuck. I'm trying to change him. I'm trying to say, you need to do this and do that. You know. Yeah, I think I see someone saying about Donnie. That's Ronnie's brother. I think the one they talk about. He needs our prayers. He sure does. Uh, Donnie's had some issues, health issues for a while, and some days he's kind of you think okay he's coming up out of it, and then all of a sudden he kind of drops back down, and I know it leaves Ronnie kind of on a roller coaster, you know. Uh, and when you got a member in your family sick like that, it does that to you. You know, you just you get a phone call, everything's looking good, or you get to go visit and things are good, and then the next day you get a phone call, things kind of went downhill, and it's just, you know, and they're very close. They're very close. Being twins, you hear all these stories about twins, you know, and I think a lot of them are true, how close they are, and really, really close. I worked with two brothers that are twins, and they're like that. They're like Ronnie and Donnie, Daryl and Danny. Just they were a lot of fun. They used to hang out with us a lot. Danny got married. His wife wouldn't let him come back. Why? Why did she think cousin I was a bad influence? Why? Well, I'll tell you a quick story, and I'm gonna let you go. And it's cousin's fault. We was going to grill some steaks on the river. Okay. Danny, Daryl, you know, the two brothers, cousin, myself, and I think Doc was there. And we were grilling steaks, big, thick steaks. And Danny had a date. Eventually became his wife, but he had a date. And but he had told her he would be there at a certain time. He wanted to come grill steaks with us, and she didn't like that idea, but she went along with it. So, cuz Daddy don't have a watch. Well, that's the first mistake. You don't. If you don't have a watch, how are you gonna keep up with the time? Now, we didn't have cell phones either. You know, there wasn't no such thing then. Cell phones. So every now and then, Danny would say, "What time is it, cuz?" And cuz would lie. He will lie. I know him. I knowed him. He lies. And he would give him a wrong time, like still an hour before he would have to leave, but actually he should have already left. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Finally, at some point, somebody told Danny the truth. And he realized he was over an hour late for his date. And he hadn't finished his steak. He threw the steak in the dirt and took off. Jumped his truck, spun out, spun dirt all over all of us. There was enough meat on that steak to feed a family. But anyway, so he gets there, knocks on the door. She won't open the door. See, it's not my fault, but she blames me. So, anyway, he finally talks his way in. He finally begs his way in, and he's blaming us. He blames us, and she bought that story. You know. So anyway, make sure story short. He finally lies his way back into her good graces, and that's fine. Well, see, she also worked with me. She drove a bus. And that next Monday, I'm parked at a school waiting to load kids. I taught school, but then I got off early to drive a bus. So I'm sitting there at the school waiting to load the kids, and here she comes. She, from a bus back behind, she hopped up on her and said, "Don't you ever take Danny off." I didn't take Danny nowhere. Yeah. And I said, "Don't point your finger at me, sweetie. Just buy Danny a watch. He can tell you." Get out of here. So anyway, we're friends. We're friends. I see her all the time, but she don't let Danny come back. Danny can't come back. We had a lot of fun with him and Daryl. Uh, Hello there, Tracy in the UK. I love you too, sweetie. I love seeing where you folks are from. Sometimes it goes by so fast I can't call them all out, you know, and but I do love seeing that, you know. It's G and I talk about that all the time. G talks to a sweet lady in Scotland all the time, and it's amazing, you know, the people you can meet and where they all from, you know, and chat with them and stuff, and or text them or whatever, you know. I'll do a live breakfast video. I want to, Susan. I truly want to. I don't want to cut into somebody else's time slots. I really don't want to do that. And it would have to be like on a Saturday morning, I think, you know, because Saturday mornings is when I normally do cooking, and you know, breakfast stuff, and usually be like if Lex is here, and now Saturday mornings I sometimes cook my own breakfast, you know, and I can do one then, you know, easy enough. Just I don't want to cut into somebody's time slot, and I don't know what time would be to do it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, most of my breakfast is about basically the same thing. I'm gonna have some biscuits and bacon or ham, you know, and eggs, fried eggs, scrambled eggs, you know. But it might be kind of fun sitting there talking what's going on, you know. And y'all watch how sloppy I am. Yeah, PawPaw making a mess. Guys, it's we went over our time slot. It's kind of cloudy and misty out there. I'm gonna get on out and see what's going on. I don't know if those guys are gonna be able to work today or not. If it clears out, they may show up and get something done. Anyway, I love you guys. It's dried in, so I'm not worried about it. As long as it's dried in, and he told me, he said, I'm gonna get this house dried in as fast as I can. He said, this weather just back and forth, and I appreciated that. So it can rain all it wants, and that's gonna get wet on the inside. I love y'all. I'm gonna get out of your way here and go in and see what G and M's got going on. I've enjoyed our visits out here this morning, and yeah, you guys bit yourselves. Look, a little iodine goes a long ways on wounds like that. It burns, but it'll heal you like you know, like that. Just swab some iodine on it. It'll be red. It'll be okay. I love you. Y'all take care. I'll see you back here every day on a video, but on a live come Monday morning, okay? Y'all take care.